Denise Butchko, Butchko and Company, with a design review for what I fondly refer to as the Stairway to Heaven closet. This was a space that you'll see was very unusual, and when I walked into it, was completely perplexed by how in the world I was going to make a really beautiful closet and a functional closet with such limited space. This is actually a picture from the before shot. So this is what I walked into. It was actually, each of those steps is 4 feet wide and about 2 feet deep. And then there was this tunnel of space, and we needed to come up with a creative way to make this work. Here is part of what the project looked like in progress. What I did was sort of turn everything on its head, so to speak, so that the end where you walk in, as you see the drawers back here, becomes very functional. And then we built in cabinets into those steps that are accessible from the side. So they're very deep, but still they were utilizing the space in a very functional way. This is an overall shot. Once it was done, we actually custom stained cherry. And this is a shot looking in. We ended up taking the doorway off of this space because the way we finished it out and made it work looked so lovely. We paneled the sides of the steps so that everything was covered and looked absolutely wonderful. If you're following some of my other design reviews, I do have a little bit of a leather obsession. Thank you, Doug Mocken and Company. We made plenty of room for shoe storage behind doors. And this project actually even got featured in the Chicago Tribune in a Design a File column. So it's great to be able to really document a project that is somewhat unusual and then get additional coverage because it helps highlight your expertise. And so I'm going to wrap this up with this last before and after shot. You can see, if you look closely here, that the hinges are still on that door in the before picture, but that we did take away everything and widen the entry after the fact. You can see the side angle on those storage components that were put into what was open space for the stairways. So this did take a lot of math, a lot of engineering. There was a lot of work actually done on site. It wasn't something that is a simple kind of plug and play closet, but it's a project I'm still very fond of. You know, I love the name that it's a Stairway to Heaven. But it works beautifully, and I think when you have a great amount of experience and can see things through different eyes, you can come up with great solutions. Now, those don't just come out of hat for no investment on your part at all, but something that is truly worth the investment because, as I've said many times, you know, you can go an entire day without cooking, but you do have to get dressed. And having a closet that's beautiful and organized just makes your life so much easier to live. That's my philosophy. I'm sticking to it. I'm Denise Butchko, Butchko and Company, Chicago, Illinois.